Greetings, Keishlings. Keish Prime here with my live reaction. My Hero Academia, chapter 337. Okay, last chapter we found out who the real traitor is. And the one we thought it was, turns out she just found out first. Okay, little twist. Couple points for Horikoshi, but still kind of not great. But alrighty, at least it's better than what we originally thought it would be, I guess. I don't know. Some people differ on that point, but that is how it goes. Okay, it is Aoyama, and he was quirkless, so yeah, now it makes all sense why he said like him and Deku were the same. I thought it was more so of his, just he was weird or something, but I don't know. But anyway, let's get into it, shall we? The traitor has been revealed. Meanwhile, the symbol of fear is... Symbol of fear? I coined that term, and frickin' my, if, Chisake had gained, like, one for all. But, anyway. Let's see here. I did a whole theory about it. If when he absorbed that one guy that had the truth quirk and figured out how the quirk passed on and everything, it's like he could take it from Deku and then boom, and it's like ultimate power. But anyway, let's see here. Friends, huh? But okay, Dobby's hair is still white. But if they're exposed, won't it become a problem for us? Not at all. What do you do with a cheap lighter that stops working? If he's successful, it's a plus for us. If he fails, I might be a little disappointed in that case. We'll just cast him aside and go about the next possible route we can take. Is there more than one traitor? Because he said if they're exposed. Or are you talking about the parents in this? I mean, they might be included in that. He isn't anything more than a disposable tool. Deku has come face to face with his friend's betrayal. But it's even better if he can entertain us for a while. The title is A Disposable Life. Yuga, run! Wait! Both Mammon and Poppin were extremely concerned for me because I was quirkless. Both of them were supposedly from wealthy families. They raised me in... Supposedly? They either are or they aren't. They raised me in luxury without an inconvenience inside, and that's why I'm sure that they were more hurt by it than I ever was. The fact that I was different. Excuse me. That's why, even while trying their best to make things work, they wished for nothing but my happiness. I've seen it. They can give away quirks freely. That's when they came across a rumor. Although the quirk I received was not compatible with my body at all. Mammon and Poppin, with all my hardships in mind, still raised me lovingly, and that's how they fashioned the belt, because being different is scary. And thus my dream to become a hero that shows sympathy and compassion began. One day, just as we were getting comfortable in our lives once again, there's a rumor floating around that All Might is going to become a teacher. Make sure you get into UA. For the people, tell me when the class will be isolated. In order to make them happy, tell me where the training camp will be taking place. Oh Lord. It's breaking down every moment or every arc where there was his traitor's acts in play. For everyone's sake, I will... Now that Midoriya has received a UA has returned to UA, lure him out and isolate him. Oh, that's recent. letter you left us. When I found out that you were quirkless just like me, I fell into... Stop, Aoyama-kun. The deepest pits of despair. Navel, one for all. Laser! Oh, it bent. It's because, of Hagakure. She bent the light. So she can... Well, she's done this before. Never mind. She's bent lasers before, right? But anyway. My body has the ability to warp light. Yeah, except you still look like you got burnt. Fizzle. All of us could have died. All of Japan has been thrown into chaos. What the fuck? She's becoming more visible? And you still had the nerve to sit in the same classroom as us. You lived in the same dorms as us. Didn't you, Aoyama-kun? You're wrong. Yuga is... Uh-oh. So Deku has apprehended all three. Aoyama-kun. Hagakure-san. She did this for you so that you didn't have to hurt anyone else. Let's stop this already. Let's put an end to all of this now. What are you going to do, Deku? Okay, so we've got, what? Oh, this is, the Aoyama family. I see. So he was given a quirk and ended up being controlled. Aw, All Might's so pained with all of this. It was, a pendant to him being around 10 years ago. If he's safe even now, then it doesn't seem like there are any mechanisms for him to blow up like Nagant when she turned on AFO. If all of you could please just step away for some time. What are you going to do, Nizu? There is no way in hell we're staying away from this. Uh-oh, the rest of the classmates have finally found out. If Gakure-san didn't expose you, what exactly were you planning to do? Oh, I love that her and Ojiro are together. Aoyama, tell me what this was all, or that this was all a lie. The quirkless child given a quirk sounds like someone else we know. Bakugo, shut the fuck up. Unfortunately, we still have to follow proper procedure here. Tell me everything you know about AFO. I know nothing. We were simply asked to carry out orders from him. If we failed, we would be killed. If we lied, we would be killed. How do you know that? He showed us examples. People who defied him were disposed of like garbage. If you ran to the police, you would be killed the moment you stepped out of their building. There was no escaping him. No matter where you went, you would know, and death would follow. We were just following orders. Yuga had no idea. All he knew was not to let anyone find out. We were the ones at fault here. And you still didn't. Oh, but it's still getting into his mind about what was said. It's like, you dare sit in the same classroom in front of all the people that could have died because of me. I had the nerve to hang out with you guys and laugh if I was one of you. To see you, a former quirkless person like me, knowing that you were struggling with the burdens of fighting AFO, I despaired at my own misery. When I put my own despair before your heavy burden, rotten to the core, I realized I was the Aoyama Yuga you know. It's a filthy villain through and through. Then why did you help Tokoyami-kun and Ka-chan at the training camp? They're like, this is true. Was the cheese from that night signifying that you were doing as AFO ordered? No, right? I didn't realize it then. It was an SOS, wasn't it? Why are you crying right now? It's not because you couldn't do as AFO wished, right? I know a certain hero, even though AFO controlled her mind, she would never have given up. Aw, I can't. Only her mind was crushed, but never her spirit. Young Midoriya. If I knew earlier, things would have been different by now. No one should be named a villain for the rest of their lives just because they committed a crime. Take my hand, Aoyama. He's kind of fucking bound to a chair. We can choose how to enter this fight. Is that your play, Deku? Oh, they're going to use the factor of him being an inside? You can still become a hero. Will Deku's words reach him? End of the chapter. Okay. So Deku is presumably planning on using Aoyama and his parents to have that inside connection to their greatest enemy, AFO. Will that work? I have no clue. Will they be feeding maybe false information or something so that, they get them in a isolated area and then they can just attack AFO and his allies, things like that? Not really sure. I would assume that's probably where this is going to lead up, because the whole you can be a hero, so taking down AFO, or at least taking out a majority of his forces, would be a heroic action. So I'm assuming misinformation is going to be how they play this game from now on. But yeah, I don't see Aoyama as being a bad person. He was just giving information. He wasn't actively trying to harm anyone, and he didn't really seem to like what was happening to his fellow students, because of his actions. So it's he's not completely at fault here, because, like he said, and like his it was his parents, they said that he didn't really have a choice in this matter. So it was it was all their fault. So I would say blame them more than Aoyama. But it's still, we'll give him a 70-30, because yeah, just to be a fair assessment of his good to evil ratio. But yeah, so are they going to use him to try and set up traps for the allies of evil? Yeah, that's basically what this amounted to. They really just took him into custody super quick. So yeah. Little more perspective on when this all happened. This was about 10 years ago, so he would have been about 5, 6-ish when it occurred. So about a year to 2 years after the 4 year, by the age of 4, if you haven't developed a quirk, then you're destined to be without one. So, but interesting that he was doing this business in that time, but then again, I guess All Might was still dealing with him as a villain, so it made sense. But yeah, also, we got a glimpse of Hagakure, so I'm kind of wondering, maybe in the deepest emotional states that she becomes more visible? Because this is the most emotion the girl has ever, showed off that wasn't happiness. So this was anger and sorrow mixed together. So it would be interesting to know if that's the reason why she was slowly becoming visible. Or maybe this is just her quirk, maturing in a certain way because of how she's trained and everything. Unlike her parents, who are, it's not a maturity thing, because they're decades older than her and they were invisible. So that's what I'm going with. Or maybe she has just a weird, genetic makeup because of the two invisibility quirks merging together, and, she has this quirky quirk of invisibility where her emotions may play a role in her visibility levels. I don't know. But anyway, overall, not a bad chapter, just not a great deal happened. But a good setup for things to come, I suppose. But anyway, let me know your own thoughts and opinions on this chapter. Anything I misunderstood, please let me know down below. Check out my other content, including the Sonic trailer for the second Sonic movie coming out next year. I'll try and have that up tonight. And yeah, links down below for all my social media so you can keep up with my content and have ways to contact me. I stream on Twitch where I do gaming, and I'll tweet out when I go live. Part of the One Punch Man podcast on Grim Reaper's channel. Go check that out. And as always, thank you for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, Keechlings, later days, and Hagakure is becoming visible, apparently. This is a thing I wasn't really expecting.